Hi, all you SPMEs out there. Today's question has 3 answers, and the third answer is a secret you're going to want to stick around for, because I'm going to tell you exactly the best strategy to get around the problems on Amazon Kindle. Now, let's get into it. The question that was sent in to me today was problems with Amazon Kindle books self-publishing, and this is something that a lot of people wonder. There are a whole series of issues associated with any choice that you make versus another choice that you make, and especially when it comes to self-publishing. A lot of people wonder, is Kindle the right place, and are there some other challenges with regards to Kindle when we're getting started on self-publishing? And that is what we're going to answer today. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Click on the subscribe button if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, and check out below in the description and grab a copy of my absolutely free self-publishing checklist that will ensure you're not skipping the steps that are costing you money. So, problems with Amazon Kindle books self-publishing? Well, let me tell you a little bit about my story. When I first got started on self-publishing on Amazon, I did find some problems regarding trying to get them to accept my book, to make sure there wasn't any errors or bugs or problems with the cover or the formatting. There was a whole series of problems that I was having. I was hiring people on Fiverr to do the formatting for my books, only to find that when we showed it up on the device itself, the coloring was off. They had hard-coded the coloring, and so if you did dark mode, night mode, you simply would show up incorrectly. And so I found an awful lot of frustration associated with that. I also saw that I wasn't selling that many books, and so I was trying to figure out, well, maybe it's because I'm putting them on Amazon Kindle, and maybe when I came out with my paperback books, the people would just get the Kindle instead, so I would lose a lot of money. And so there were a number of these sorts of issues, and there was lots of things I'd heard about Amazon as a company that would make you question maybe you shouldn't even be on Amazon at all. And so these are a couple of the things we're going to find in today's answers. And so, but I did in fact continue on Amazon along with a lot of other platforms as well. But there's just a whole series of little issues associated with problems on Amazon Kindle. So problems with Amazon Kindle book self-publishing? Let's get into today's answers. So the first answer for today is, it is on Amazon and they control everything. You're sharecropping, that is, you're renting their area to put your products and services. And the problem with that, of course, is the fact that they can turn you off whenever they wish. So they have no obligation to ensure that you're allowed to keep on selling on their platform. And in fact, their terms and conditions establish that they simply can shut down your account when they want, and they don't even have to tell you. In fact, they probably won't tell you exactly what the issue is, because that means you can't sue them along those lines. Plus, they have it in their contract to say that they can do forced arbitration, so they could come after you. I saw them coming after people for $100,000, not lawsuits, but forced arbitration going after them, meaning the results of those discussions will not be released to the public, so they can ensure that whatever they're doing, you simply have no legal recourse to be able to survive the onslaught of having your account shut down, seeing your royalties frozen. And I've had several friends in this particular category. And so something as simple as if you ask your friends and family to leave a review on your book, and before you know it, you're getting warnings from Amazon saying you're manipulating the review system. Because in reality, Amazon has established they want only your reviews to come from people you don't know. So if you're saying, oh, here's a free thing for this or that, you're in violation of their terms and agreements. If you're asking your friends and family to leave reviews, you're in violation of their agreements. If you're making contacts with your buyers and asking them to review it, you're in violation of their terms. They can shut your account down whenever they want. And for me, this is the biggest threat that Amazon poses. But there are additional consequences that you can get. The second one is the company issues. This is the second problem that we find with the company. Some people have an issue because Amazon has a monopoly. They're working very hard to ensure that nobody's able to compete with them, and they do a very good job of this. And so maybe you're thinking, because they're a monopoly, I should not go on to Amazon Kindle. The other one is And how do they handle their employees? Are they mistreating their employees? Are they working them to the bone? There's all sorts of news stories that go after Amazon. So maybe it's unethical to even do business with Amazon. This is another problem that many people have pointed out when they're getting started with Amazon. And the secret answer of the day, which isn't exactly a problem, but it's the strategy to getting around the problems that Amazon has, it is that there just isn't a bigger market anywhere else. So when you're looking at it, you could choose to boycott Amazon because of these different reasons, maybe sell on your own website or go to a different website or whatever, but the fact is nobody else has as many customers out there with who are ready to buy and have their credit cards, and they're looking for books on the subjects that you're publishing your books, where they can just click the buy now button and make a purchase. And so you will drastically cut your profits if you choose to boycott Amazon. Instead, if you're making so much money from your books and you can afford to go somewhere else, well then do that. But there's nothing wrong about getting your ideas out into the world on the biggest market that's possible. So I would say you should definitely do that. And if you don't like the monopoly, you have other options. But really, wait till you're making millions a year before you start coming into this principled attack and saying, I'm just simply going to sell my books in areas where there aren't as many readers. So this is a terrible idea. And so the second thing that I wanted to point out on that third answer is that you shouldn't only be there. In other words, because you are in fact sharecropping, you're going to want to consider the fact that you're going to want to put your books onto other platforms. Some of them will be Amazon, KDP Print, and also ACX, which is owned by Amazon. For your audiobook versions, they will also be there. But I'm telling you, I have three other locations that I like to put my books. One of them is for my hardback books. I'm going to put them on Lulu. I'm going to put my other paperback books through Ingram Spark, and I'm going to put my ebooks through Smashwords, which gets it out to Kobo and to iTunes and a lot of other distribution channels, which makes it a lot easier, or iBooks rather, to find the books that you're putting out onto the market, just in case Amazon decides to mess with your specific book for many of the different reasons. But if Amazon ever does threaten you, you need to respond to them immediately with an explanation. I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong, and don't do it again. Because I think virtually everybody I know has had warnings at one level or another from Amazon for this or for that, and you simply don't want to lose all of your revenue all at once. You go down to zero because you had nowhere else. You're sharecropping, so do not keep your books only on Amazon. This is the strategy to overcome it. And if you're making millions a year, well then feel free to move your books off Amazon. It's just that's where everybody is. And so when there's a monopoly, it sometimes can be in your benefit still to just go with the program. A lot of business in general, and self-publishing falls into this category, is like surfing. There are waves that come, and we can choose to ride the waves, or we can try to fight against those waves, but the waves are so powerful that it makes it very difficult. Out of principle, you can try to fight, and you can make a YouTube channel dedicated to attacking Amazon. But for me, my goal is to see if I can sell books and get my ideas and my stories and my things out into the world. And the way we're going to do that is by figuring out how to surf those waves. And when those waves crash and burn as a result of governments like the EU or the United States going after Amazon, then maybe a new wave emerges and we'll jump on that wave. Same goes with social media. As we're pushing and selling our books through advertisements and through social media, we may wish to go after Facebook or something for pushing our stuff, but because we don't like them for this or for that reason. But in reality, it's waves. We ride the waves, and this is how we achieve the maximum amount of success. And if you're listening to this channel right now, that is most likely what you're looking for. So if you're looking at for maybe other channels that are attacking all of these different Amazon or Facebook or these other giants in tech, you can watch those channels, but there's no need to use all of your emotional energy to get angry at them for all of the problems that are there, but rather how do we surf these waves in order to overcome, to bring about and succeed at our goals that we have. So problems with Amazon Kindle books self-publishing, what have you found? I would love to hear it. Have you found other problems? Maybe there's some things that I haven't mentioned. I continually hear people making complaints against these companies like Amazon. So let me know below in the comments. I respond to 100%. And check up above me here for other answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.